Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady, where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. Okay, so we're back for some more tax tea, you guys. All right, I had to make a note so I don't forget. Okay, so I just saw an article. It was first shared on Gossip. I saw it on Complex, and it's telling us that Mary J. Blige owes almost $1.2 million in back taxes for income she generated in 2016 and 2017. Now, in the big scheme of things, that isn't so far back, but yeah, that's still $1.2 million that is gaining penalties and interest. So she's also had an issue back in 2013 where she owed $3.4 million, owed as in past tense, so she wrote the check and paid it, okay? She's also been sued for defaulting on bank loans. Now, remember, when you have any type of loans, whether they're bank loans or if they're credit cards or car loans, anything like that, if the lender decides to say, okay, we're done, write that off, then you get a 1099-C. And so when you get that 1099-C, that is counted as additional income to you. And so one of those loans was for $2.2 million and another one was for $500,000. So if they say, okay, we're done with this, and if they don't, if she doesn't pay them, then they can write that 1099-C and that'll be added to her income for whatever year. But this is the part where I want to get to that sent me completely over the edge, okay? Is that she had an interview with Vulture in February of 2018, and this is what she said. She said she never wanted to deal with the money side of the business, but was forced to do so in light of the mounting lawsuits and letters from Uncle Sam. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just being straight up honest. I never wanted to do all this stuff, but after what I've been through and all the mess that I'm in, you have to pay those taxes, she said. It's good to see what you have and what you don't have, and why are we paying this person $5,000 a week? Okay, this is what just sent me flying. As a business owner, I don't care what part of the business you're in. It is not optional for you to be involved with the money side of your business. I don't care who you're paying. I don't care if you got an attorney, a CPA, all of that stuff, your tax person. It is unacceptable for a business owner to not be involved in the business side of the business, the money side. You have to know what's going on with your money. I don't care who you're paying. Okay? What does Ronald Reagan say? What did he say? He said, trust but verify. So yes, you hire people to do their jobs, but that does not mean you get to check completely out and think everything is okay, right? Because obviously it's not. And why are we paying somebody $5,000 a week? As the business owner, you need to know where your money is going and why. What type of return on investment are you getting for your money? Do you really think the wealthiest people in the world don't know where their money is coming from and going to? Now, I'm sure that, the wealthiest people in the world aren't really bothered by, a $500 bill here or a $1,000 bill there. But after a while, we're looking and saying, okay, what are we getting for our money? And based on this statement, she had no clue of what's going on with her money because she did not want to be involved. And I'm telling you, that is absolutely unacceptable. It is your responsibility as a business owner to know about your business's money. Whether you are filing taxes, paying taxes, estimated taxes, all of these things, those are your responsibility as the business owner. Not to necessarily physically do the work, but to make sure that the work is done. Ask for the receipts. Ask for the proof that this stuff has been done. You don't get to check out. That's just the bottom line. The other thing is that They mentioned that she's paying $30,000 in spousal support to her ex-husband. Now, the great thing, though, is that her divorce was settled in 2018, so she gets to deduct that $30,000 a month from her taxes, and he got to pay taxes on that. That's the taxes on that spousal support is his problem. For divorces that settled starting January 1, 2019, that is not the case. The spousal support is no longer tax deductible for the payer, and it's not taxable to the receiver. And a lot of times people want to know what's the difference. Well, the payor is in a higher tax bracket and is going to pay more taxes on that money than if it was the receiver that was paying taxes on the money. So yeah, that's a whole nother thing. But I also got a great question in relation to, like, what's the difference between Mary J. Blige and Todd Chrisley? He and his wife, Julie, they have been brought up on charges for tax evasion. And here's Mary J. Blige sitting with this $1.2 million tax bill. What's the difference? The difference is that Mary J. Blige has filed her taxes. Okay? She's claimed her income. She's filed her taxes. She just has not paid the bill. Okay, she need to pay the bill because she's got interest and penalties accruing. And if something happens and she can't pay the bill, then she can work something out with the IRS. With Todd Chrisley, he and his wife are accused of hiding money and not claiming income. And so not claiming earned income is illegal. That is tax evasion. So there's a difference between owing taxes and tax evasion. Now, if, just as an example, it is an example. I have to make sure that's clear. So if, as an example, Mary J. Blige goes through and let's say she submits an offer in compromise, which that ain't happening. I'm just going to let y'all know. Unless she is dead broke, this offer in compromise ain't going to happen. But just for example's sake, so let's say that she does get an offer in compromise for this $1.2 million, right? And then instead of paying that agreed upon amount, she starts trying to operate in cash and hide money from the IRS. That's when you get in trouble for tax evasion and not paying your taxes. But just owing your taxes, you're not going to go to jail for that. Now, there's also in here where they have also started the lien process on some of her properties. But yeah, so if you get to the point where the IRS is issuing liens and stuff and levy letters, that means they've sent you letters and you just have not responded. And so that is not cool. When you get a letter from the IRS and whoever, and 9 times out of 10 with her statement of not wanting to be involved, I'm curious if she ever even saw the first letter that she got that said, hey, you owe this money. Because she didn't want to be involved. And that's what ignorance does. Ignorance is expensive. When you ignorant about what's going on with your money, yeah, that's expensive. And then if you're not paying attention to these letters that are coming, yeah, you force the IRS to enforce the law. So what a lien is if they put a lien against some of your property, let's say a home, it's usually a home. That means that when you sell that home, that nobody gets their money until the IRS gets their money, unless they say it's okay. So that's what a lien is. And in order to get the lien removed, you got to pay the tax bill or whatever you work out with the IRS. So for this, ignorance is costing Mary J. Blige. That's the bottom line. Ignorance is costing her a lot of money, and the fact that she didn't want to be involved, well, that's just unacceptable. Especially when you're out there, y'all know Mary be on the stage, right? Mary worked hard for her crowd. Right? So Mary's out there working hard, but that is not enough. You have to have a business mind to know what is going on in your empire, in your enterprise. That's the bottom line. So, and it's not something that you say, okay, when I make millions of dollars, I'm going to pay attention to that. No, no, no. You pay attention now. He who is faithful in little will be faithful in much. If you set the disciplines now to know what is going on in your business, then that discipline will carry forward to you to help you make the 6 and 7 figures, and you keep carrying those disciplines. So even if you hire someone, and which you should be hiring someone, right? You should be hiring the CPA, the attorney, the financial advisor, all those. You should have all of those people on your team. But again, you just don't get to go to sleep. You need to pay attention. You need to meet with these people regularly to find out what's going on with your money. Pay, for the consultation to find out what's going on with your money, because that consultation is going to be cheaper than getting letters and paying penalties and interest, right? That's it. And the other thing I'm really curious about with her is if she is even how she's set up as a business entity. Like, I really hope she is. I hope she is set up as Mary J. Blige, the business, and not just Mary J. Blige, the person. Because if she's set up as Mary J. Blige, just the person, holy cow, she is paying way more money than what she probably needs to be paying anyway. First of all, because y'all remember, what was it, last year, Cardi B shot this video on her rant and rave, IRS, what you doing with 40% of my money? She just told the entire world that she did not have a proper business structure in order for her to reduce her tax liability. And so, so it's things like that if you're not getting the proper consultation, you guys, it costs you. If you're not really talking to the people whose job it is to manage your money and make it grow and all of that, if you're not finding out what's going on, it's going to cost you. So I really share this more as a cautionary tale of you don't get to turn a blind eye. You don't get to turn a blind eye, and you don't get to blame the CPA. You don't get to blame the tax person. The only person that is responsible, that is at the bottom line, the only person that is responsible for the status, the financial state of your business is you, the business owner. The buck stops with you. And if you don't know where your money is coming from and you don't know where it's going to, that is a failure on your part as a business owner. Bookkeeping and accounting. I talk about it all the time. These are the things that give you the information you need about your business so that you can make intelligent decisions. Like she's saying, what are we paying this person $5,000 a week for? Then she can go look at that $5,000 a week and say, okay, where we're paying so-and-so $5,000 a week, what are they doing? And how is that bringing value to my organization so I can determine if I still want to pay this $5,000 a week or not? That's what bookkeeping and accounting does. That's why you have to look at your records. That's why you have to ask the questions. Okay, so yeah, so here we are, one more star. People like, how do people with all this money get in all this trouble? This is how, falling asleep at the wheel. That's how you get into this kind of trouble. This is how people, how stars get money stolen from them because they hire people. And you hire people, you think they're trustworthy. Sometimes you find out that they're not. That's not something that is a failure on your part. It's a failure on their part. But the failure on your part is when you go to sleep and don't watch what they're doing and don't ask questions about what they're doing. That's when you can control that. You can't control what other people do. You can control how you respond. And if you're more proactive about your money, then you won't find yourself in these types of situations. Okay, so that's it for today, you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning into Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish, and you can come right here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right, have a great day, and I will see you all next time. Bye.